all accounts, Conrad was a normal teenager until 2011 when his parents divorced, and it turned his world upside down. The breakup was hard on all three of the kids, but especially on Conrad, who was, like many kids, struggling with depression and social anxiety. Police felt it was just a little too soon to go to the family. They still had a funeral to prepare for. It was just a little too soon to start digging around and asking them if they knew who Michelle Carter was.
At the autopsy, the medical examiner finds no evidence of drugs or alcohol in Conrad's system, but confirmed that he had died of carbon monoxide poisoning. Authorities believe that the time of death was about 8 p.m. the night before he was found.
On July 18th, 5 days after Conrad Roy was found dead, friends and family attended a funeral and a wake to say goodbye. One would wonder why Conrad did not delete the text messages with Michelle. He deleted everything else. Why not Michelle?
I truly believe that that was left intentionally. I mean, he didn't leave the text thread with his mother. He didn't leave the text thread with his sisters or his father. He just left the text thread with Michelle.
Did he want evidence that somehow she encouraged him to kill himself? Maybe. So even as Michelle was comforting Lynn, some of Conrad's friends felt like Michelle was making herself a bigger part of Conrad's life than she really was. This is one of the first trials to rely on texts and a digital trail that teens leave. And in many ways, it's setting a precedent for future trials. Who thinks like that? A normal person doesn't think, you must die in order for me to be popular. I think she had a love of herself beyond everybody else. I think it was a very disturbed form of narcissism. So that breezy text with the IDK and the ha-ha-ha came in after Michelle was on the phone with Conrad right around the time that he died. And when you think about it in those terms, it really makes your skin crawl. Michelle suffered from anorexia nervosa, which usually means that there's a distortion in how someone sees themselves. They see themselves as fat when they're thin, and she wants to take control of that reality, even though it's distorted. It's just so eerie to emulate someone in mourning, and the timing of Monteith and Conrad's death is just so chilling. Dr. Breggin is painting Michelle in a whole new light, using the text between her and Conrad to show that Michelle was actually trying to help him and help him to stay alive. It's a radical change in perspective. This is a huge deal. Involuntary intoxication is not a psychiatric term, even though Dr. Breggin tries to apply it in that way. Katie Rayburn, with that one question, basically decimates Dr. Breggin's whole theory on Michelle. I think that there is this compelling cultural script of the evil, beautiful young woman who annihilates and eliminates this poor boy without looking at the reality behind that imagery. And the reality is Michelle was a sick girl. She wanted to be respected. She wanted to be popular. And I think in her mind, someone needed to die. And in this case, it was Conrad.